Welcome to the Vintage Retro Halloween Challenge, hosted by Monica from Up All Night DIY, co-hosts Indiana Jones, Robin's DIYs and Buys, Connie's Creative Creations, and Jackie Burns Creations. Links to all the hosts and the playlist will be in the description box. I was inspired by beautiful vintage and primitive pumpkin dolls that I found online, so I decided for my craft for this challenge, I was going to attempt a jack-o'-lantern doll. For this DIY, I have a canvas doll form that I made last year from a DollarTree shopping bag, treat bags with jack-o'-lantern face, DollarTree felt, and DollarTree neutral colored buffalo plaid. So what I want to do is use one of these bags to make a face. Gonna end up cutting this area off and place this over the head and make a jack-o'-lantern head for him. And then I'm gonna cut this curved like that and then stuff it. And then I'll have this like cinched down like, okay, turn this inside out to get this part sewn. So with the stitching complete, I turned it on the right side and did a fit over the doll head. And yes, this is larger than the doll head, but if you had a jack-o'-lantern forehead, it would be larger than a human head. So I figured that's fine. So I go ahead and add stuffing to the head and then I stitch it down so that I could get started on trying to design a wonderful vintage outfit. This is 18 by 21. And I'm gonna make him a shirt out of this fabric. So I'm not cutting on the line I drew, I'm cutting a bit outside of the line just to ensure that I have enough room to glue the fabric together front and back. I'll link the video of how to make the dolls from the tote bags in the description box. So here I outlined his legs for the pants, but then I realized that was unnecessary because this piece of fabric is actually the perfect size for making the pants. So I just made a cut in the middle to separate the pants legs and just glued it down accordingly, and then just trimmed around the sides the excess fabric. So on this side, I pull the fabric tight and glue it so that it's really kind of cinched together at the waist. And I continue gluing all the way down the outer edge of the pant leg, and then the excess material at the waist, I do pull it to the back and hot glue it down, and then I trim off the excess fabric so that there's a nice straight leg appearance to the pants. And for his shirt, I'm using the smallest buttons that were inside this jar of buttons I found at DollarTree to add just a little extra to his shirt. And I use a ruler to line them up, and I just hot glue them down. And then I end up snipping around the collar so it looks like it's an actual button-down shirt. I have DollarTree for leather, so I think he needs a couple pairs of shoes, a pair of shoes. So maybe wrapping the leather like that and then making some faux laces. Okay, so by cutting this faux leather up and attaching it, I'm trying to assemble some semblance of a boot. And once I have this fabric all glued down, I take a piece of twine that actually is the string for the pumpkin face bags, and I just made a little bow and attach it to the front so it looks like he's tied a bow with his laces on the front of his boot. And then I do the same thing with the other foot. With my boots complete, I take the remaining bit of my felt and I'm going to make him a vest. I was trying to decide if I should try to make him like a cape, cloak, a jacket, and I don't know if I have the skills for a jacket, but then I settled on just giving him a vest to match his pants and then giving him like a nice big bow as his tie. And I like the fabric for the shirt, so I didn't want to cover up his shirt totally with, you know, him having like a cloak. So I think the vest was a really good option, and it still keeps with a vintage look. And so I'm just trimming around, trying to cut down and give this vest some sort of shape. And then once I get everything trimmed down, I hot glue a bow. I didn't have any just plain black ribbon, but I did have black with a strip of gold in it, and I just used that and hot glue that to the top. And then I'm giving him just a little pumpkin to hold in his hand. And I covered this with Mod Podge beforehand so there wouldn't be any glitter fallout. And here he is, all complete, Mr. Jack-o'-lantern. Everything I used for him, with the exception of the fiber fill, came from Dollar Tree. Very affordable DIY. If I can do it, you can do it. Let me know, what do you think of this cool looking guy? Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the playlist. I'll have the link in the description box. I'm so looking forward to seeing all these cool retro Halloween creations. Have a wonderful day.